Finally, after nearly an hour of waiting, we do have the game, guys. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed a bit of the entertaining music and shenanigans that we decided to produce in our boredom while we're waiting here for the games to come into play. But we are going to see Mongolz taking on Boot. We gave you our predictions earlier. We've had the maps now. And George, you actually got your map prediction completely right. Yep. Maybe not in the same order, but Cobble, Inferno, Cash. It's going to be good.
I'm surprised we didn't see Mirage in there and then Boot, I guess, opting to do the right thing and remove Train.
Do the right thing. That's the only way to say it. Do the right thing.
So, no, I feel confident here for Boot, to be honest. We saw the Mongolz play Chiefs on Cobblestone. And ultimately, they fell down on their CT side on that one. So, I'm not sure. In fact, so it's Cobble first, and then which is the second map?
I believe it was Inferno, and then Cash is the decider. So Inferno is going to be the wild card, right? Because both these teams aren't exactly amazing on it, and it's still a map I consider they have to figure out.
Yeah, and you can see what was taking a long time. I imagine what was to do with this ping issue, but now, as you see, 73-52. So finally, we've got to a situation where...
Do you know what I don't like here? Is the fact that Mongolz played with amazing ping yesterday, while Chiefs didn't. And you didn't see Mongolz or Chiefs complaining then. No one went for it. Now Mongolz, slight disadvantage, and they're like, oh, wow. It's like, get on with it. You just don't be such a baby about it. That's how I see it. Like, you can't choose when you're going to be complaining about it when you're not, right? You either you say you're not happy and you stick to your guns, or you don't. That's it.
Yeah, you should be consistent.
Yeah.
But I think, considering Inferno is the second one, I feel if Boot pick up Cobblestone, more than likely it'll be a 2-0. I don't really fancy the Mongolz on Inferno after what we saw. Okay, Signature, like we said in the breakdown, Signature won pretty much every game. They weren't beaten on Inferno. And then obviously on their other maps they were looking pretty grim. But judging from what we saw yesterday, I just think if Boot pick up this one confidently, the Mongolz will fall down. And statistically though, Mongolz 9-4, like we said. But if you look at the actual tournament, I just feel Boot Dreamscape will be ready for this one. And is DSN in the server? That's what I want to know. No, he's not actually in the server. So
maybe he does something at the beginning. Yeah, he has that much confidence. He comes in for the second game like, okay, lads, let's get this sorted. Because as you guys might be aware, you might not be aware, DSN, a very legendary 1.6 player, used to play for Fnatic during their glory days in 1.6. He is actually the coach of Boot. So quite a big, impactful coach to have, I would say.
Well, you can see it in the way they play. I mean, Splashy and Moxie, they look fantastic with the AWP, and I will put that down to DSN. Okay, he doesn't have loads of experience in CSGO, but the fundamentals of AWPing and how you control the game with it are pretty much the same across all versions of Counter-Strike. Okay, they might work slightly differently, but the impact it has is the same, and the mindset is the same. So he'll definitely have a lot to give to the team.
Now, do you think that it's going to be that impactful for Boot here on Cobble, mattering if they start on the CT or T side? Do you think do you think it's something that's going to halt them up, or do you think it might give Mongolz a chance now being on CT?
I feel like Boot are just really strong on both sides. I mean, their team play on Terrace is really impactful, and I mean, if I was them, I would probably started on T, put the Mongols under pressure, because we saw against Chiefs they were struggling. They couldn't hold that B play, that fast B, the slow B. They were struggling with those two plays, and if you get ahead, I think it would just crush them mentally. And like we said, it's all going to be on machine gun. How are they going to unlock it? Because Zilkenberg yesterday wasn't really firing on all cylinders. He was missing key AWP shots, and then machine gun actually took it off him, and that's when they started to actually pull it out of the bag. Signature, don't forget, absolutely dominated them in the first map, and I thought for sure it was going to go 2-0. So,
well, it is Counter-Strike. Anything can happen, and we will get into the pistol round here. Boot up on the CT side, Mongolz on the T side, and as we would keep on saying, machine gun, he has to be in a great position here. He needs to start off strong to give that confidence, to give that play to his team, as we are finally live with the first match. There's a lot on the line here. It's the difference between getting a shot at 11 and 22,000. First place gets 22,000, second place gets 11, or just walking home. Wow, and the damage starts off before I can even finish my sentence. Cabby comes up huge. Shots galore, finds 2 kills. They're continuing to push through. Moxie, though, can't get the bomber, but gets another kill. That's very nice. He spins round, drops his head. But TSO go. He makes it happen. Impressions, Benkai left alive. Benkai just on 1 health. He's thinking, okay, what do I do here? I've got to wait for my teammate to try something, but machine gun doesn't have a problem dealing with that. Impression taps it out, but he's still got 3 more kills to find. And well, Mongolz started off in a very stylish, good fashion there. As a Russian to dropper really caught him off guard.
Oh, it's just a really old classic Cobble tactic, 5-man Glock. Normally you see that bait towards drop down if you do that, but unfortunately Boot, Dreamscape, they opted for the boost. And in actual fact, I really like their setup. They had 1 guy connected, 1 guy pushed alleys for all the information, so there's no real reason to go aggressive. I imagine they were trying to get one of their players into where Impression is now, just on the corner, but that fast drop down play, just working out for the Mongols. And now we need to see if they're going to hold on to this force buy, because yesterday they struggled a lot. Going into this round, they would often lose it.
And we already see Splash got himself a 5-7. PT50's up on Tommy, CZ, and I love this from Boot. Few nades in there, also a smoke. So this is something they can work with here to really put on a bit of pressure. And again, yes, we're going to see the 4 stack towards B, 1 towards A. And at least they're taking a gamble here. It may not work out. It doesn't have to work out, but at least they're trying something other than just the standard play.
Yeah, and that's what I like from Dreamscape. They often just take their time and make gambles. And that's what the force buys are about. If you're going to buy into them, you may as well stack somewhere. Obviously, Benkai just trying to control the A platform.
Boot start off well. Benkai finds one with a CZ. Can he look for a second? He won't, as the AK of Zilkenberg takes him out of the equation. But Moxie's already moved over, taps up, but he's facing 2 of them. There's not much he can do in that situation, especially from that distance, even with the powerful 5-7. 3v4, and Tommy's got himself in a nice spot. Smokes it out to give him a little bit of cover. Splash found 1. NCL goes down, but it's trading out here, and Impressions takes down the bomber. Can't grab himself an AK yet, but it is a 2v2. Zilkenberg's got to be careful as well. He's only on 27 health. TSO go. He's looking. He's waiting for a CT to make a mistake. Oh, he spots out Tommy from the side. And that's going to mean Tommy's just going to have to hide behind the truck. Avoids the nade quite well. Only a little bit damage done towards him. He's actually going to put himself on platform. This could be huge. His Impression can cause a bit of distraction, but he has been spotted, actually. Zilkenberg seeing the side of him. TSO finds 1. Oh, they're lining up and there's not much health left. That is huge. Impressions. And that's the way you started off. 5-7 galore. Picks himself up an AK as well. 3 kills come in. And it goes 1-1.
And that's why I said the Mongols often just take it too slow on those force buys. They walk into situations where the CZs are going to have maximum control, and all it takes is Benkai, the first frag coming in from him, and then just the rotation is just really quick from Boot. And unfortunately for the Mongols, they need to get up into that bomb site, smoke off the door, and just go. There's no need to wait around. You've got the range with the AKs, and same thing as yesterday, 1-1 now. And this is a problem because we know that Dreamscape love to run those double AWPs, so... And this is the way they can do it, winning that force buy.
That was crazy as well, because they actually both pushed onto the site at the same time. No one just held back and defended. And they allowed Impression to be able to spam away with that 5-7 and just wreck so much damage.
Yep. And Mongolz, they have actually opted to force buy. Tech-9s, PT-50s, armor. Again, we need to see something from this. If they opt to go out the window, actually, Benkai could have a problem with the Mag-7. Or a field day.
Yeah, it depends how close range it gets. Tech 9 and Mag 7. That is a battle I want to see. Splash. Oh! Naughty little one tap comes out there. Don't even think he expected to hit that shot.
Cable gave him a stroke across the face, and he gave him one back. Unfortunately, Splash is rocking the AK. You see what I mean? The Mongols, 45 seconds on the clock, and already they force sport and they've lost one guy. If they're going to do this, they need to go together.
Yeah, this is how not to force buy. What you saw Boot do was good. What you're seeing Mongolz do here isn't the smart decision. And there we go. 1 for Benkai, 2 for Benkai, 3! The Mag 7 reigns in. And we said we wanted to see Mag 7 take on Tech 9s, and the Mag 7 dominates that close range.
Swaggy Maggie. What can you do? It's just like... That gun's ridiculous at that range, and I really like the use of that. You often see a big God B. He was an advocate for using it in drop down quite a lot, and that's why CS:GO is so varied sometimes. Also, it can be quite random. I'm not sure about the 5-minute timeout.
that can't be legit. They've changed the server so many times, they just haven't reset the settings, surely. But he must be sat there just going, splashing my cash after that Mag 7. That was exactly what Benkai dreamed of. I don't think it would have mattered what guns they had there. He was in the perfect position.
And that's the thing, it's viable throughout all the rounds. Ecos, even when they're on full buy, taking a Mag 7 out of drop down is very difficult. You need to use utility, you need to Molotov, smoke the left side, Molotov underneath, pop flash, and actually push them physically out of there. You don't want to face it one by one, because that Mag 7 at that range will be a one-shot kill. And Benkai, like you said, just stacking the cash. And that is kind of the worst situation for Mongolz, because he's already on 4.7. We are going to have another full eco coming into this round. And
if he goes hunting with it again, that's going to be dangerous.
It will enable him to actually start rocking that double AWP. He could potentially drop one over to the likes of Moxie, and then...
Okay, this timeout's still rolling. Maybe this is a tech timeout or something. Let's see if we can find out at all here.
Yes, I'm not too sure. Twitch stream only 50. Interesting.
No, we've got no info on Skype.
Maybe it's the new coaching rules.
Oh. Huh?
Round reset. Coming in.
But back to the same... What? What?
An hour delay, and then this.
Well, do you know what one thing this does prove is that both teams want to have the best match possible here, because it means a lot to both of them to head into the WCA. Remember, they're guaranteed a spot at the WCA Grand Finals for 2017, facing against some of the best teams in the world. We've still got the European qualifiers to see here. This is the APAC side of things. China's already happened, and there's a lot of money on the line as well. First place gets 22,000, and then second place gets 11,000. Third place walks around with 4,400, which isn't bad. But you don't get that spot to WCA, and that's what it means.
Yeah. But so far, I believe the score will stand. So it would be 2-1 in favour of Boot. And full eco from Mongolz after winning that force buy, like you said. The 5-7's actually coming into play. And actually, probably we might start seeing some more of the 5-7, the CZs. Tech 9, obviously, on the... Sorry, more of the PT-50s on the terrace side. Tech 9 is going to be nerfed. Although I'm not sure how I feel about it, because they're technically going to nerf the spamming of it, right? So if you're like constantly left clicking, you know, like bam, 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 it will be more inaccurate. But they've actually increased the single bullet accuracy. So technically, if you're a really good player, you're a pro player, and you're running, you're just going to tap it really slow, and
Is that only on the beta though, right? Or
yeah,
that's
that's only on the beta right now. But that would cause issues because people have got at the top level. People are going to have that trigger control. So I'm not sure quite how it's going to work out. I don't necessarily think that is potentially the right nerf. Maybe just a damage decrease. But who knows? See how it goes.
Now we're waiting for some information here, guys, across the board. Hopefully we'll find out what they're actually trying to achieve here. They've gone back to the start of this round, but yeah, we don't know for sure just yet exactly how it's going to be panning out. I
don't think.
Yeah, no, they're not talking in the server. We're not hearing anything just yet. We'll have to wait for just a while.
I mean, we could admire Benkai's knife. He's got the bayonet lore.
You got that knife envy again.
And it looks, look at those nice graphic settings as well. That nice shine. He's obviously polished it up for this game. And actually, we got a warning,
connection
warning on
problem.
the server. So, like you said, this is all due to the fact that this is a knockout game, right?
Ah, they've delayed. Okay, so it's a Twitch stream delay that they're working on. Obviously not our end, luckily. It's obviously on the GoTV side of things. So the delay needs to be fixed because both teams can get info, and that's not going to be the way we want to play it, especially for such a high-profile game across the board here.
And we're back.
Back again. So we started off with delays because they were trying to pick the right server. Now they've ended up having issues of choosing which server they actually want to have, and now we're having delays. So at least the ping's not as bad, though. They've obviously worked that side of things out. That's the main thing.
And it comes at a bad time, actually, for Boot. They've just won the force buy. They win that subsequent round. Fully K coming in. Okay, they're going to go 3-1, I hope. Don't jinx them.
You think?
And then it's like they would have had all that momentum. And this actually gives the Mongolz a time to sort of mentally reset and be like, okay, we've messed up. Let's go into it like we've lost the pissed around in the 2 ecos and we've just won the first buy. And that's how you kind of mentally reset yourself. But ultimately, Mongolz still showing signs of that problems on Terra's side. Too slow on the force buys, uncoordinated pushes, and so far so good for our prediction.
And how would you think this will actually upset Boot here? Because obviously Benkai just came off a massive set of kills with his Mag 7 in hand, feeling that like little confidence, feeling that swagger in game, and then all of a sudden you're not playing the game, everything's been delayed a little bit. Does that just kind of hold you back a little bit? Do you lose a bit, or do you just kind of plan it out? Obviously, you know a bit more than me on this.
It can go two ways. When you have a massive round in a big game, you're so adrenaline hyped. This is why I sometimes say, look, you should just pause. Because if a player does a huge clutch, you're never normally nervous in those rounds. It's always after you think, oh my God, I've just owned them. And your heart rate increases and you go off the chain. So sometimes that's why it's good to take a pause. So also, I think DSN is going to help them in this situation. Just look, guys, we won the force. We're 3-1 up. Let's reset. We've got this in the bag. Just refocus and calm down. And obviously nowadays, it's not quite as punishing. Like back in 1.6 early source, when you had a timeout or a tech issue, it was like, oh, there's your money. See you later.
Done. There's no way you could go back. Yeah, you used to get punished for it massively back in the day. And at least now we've got technology's advanced, things are looking better. It's more on side of helping the teams out.
Would you remember you used to be like, okay, guys, how much money do you have? And everyone would have this bartering system where they go, well, we at least had 5K in a 4-buy. So then you would line up and be like, okay, you make 2 frags, 2 headshots, and you damage us. And it was just like this big, it was a game in itself.
Yeah, it was a reverse back and forth throughout the whole game to try and get it as even as possible. And you'd always have to rely on someone actually telling the truth, which obviously many a times wouldn't be the case.
I always lied. I was like, yeah, I had 6K, at least an AWP, full grenades.
The previous round, all you had was a deagle.
Yep.
We're going to take a quick break, guys. We'll try and find out what's going on. We'll keep you updated on chat with all the information. We won't be, hopefully, too long because we know you guys have been waiting for the game already. But don't go anywhere. The game was already action-packed and we're only 3 rounds in. So let's come back to it very soon.
Ocean waves and try to come to life. Don't let go of the bright blue sky because the future's looking far too light. Are you ready for a long dive ship to set sail and carry me through the starry night? Dream of me whenever you are feeling oh so lonely. Try to leave your fears behind. We are locked in an orbit racing round the docks. surface of my heart. The feeling's never gone. A brave adventurer like me remembers everywhere that I've come from. Keep your feet to the vacuum sky, cause it's surrounding us out here. Follow the trail of the stardust of the ones that came before us, and we'll see what we've always been there. Dream of me whenever you are feeling oh so lonely. Try to leave your fears behind. We are locked in an orbit racing round the dots of moonlit worlds that make a light. Keep your eyes on mine.
Check this out.
close of a lifetime. It's the end of an empire again.
Chat, you do make me laugh. This person's cheating. That person's screen watching. That person's stream watching this, doing that. All the rumors are not true. We are trying to get back into the game. We've got a few people on the server. They are starting to get in there. It seems like everything's resolved. I believe one of the streams that was also running, probably in one of the other languages, wasn't delayed effectively. So that is all sorted now. We're back on the server. We're back on Cobblestone. And we started off with a game that was already quite action-packed, back and forth. Great plays with the Mag 7, the pistol clutch coming out from Impression. Boot. They didn't manage to like get too far into it, but that was a good start for them.
Yeah, indeed. And Mongolz just dropped the ball a little bit. They had such an impactful pistol round. They completely caught Boot off guard, and then that was all she wrote, really. On the force buy, they just messed up. They took it very slow, and actually, a bit of an interesting situation. Only one of the Mongolz back on the server. But hopefully they should have been now. It should be sorted. But no, they've had time to reset. That's the one good thing about this ball, is for either side. The Mongolz can kind of reset and figure out what they want to do going into the game. But nice to actually just get a stable game going.
Yeah. That's the thing, when you start casting like this, you really enjoy the first opening games, the opening rounds even, kills come in, it gets a bit exciting, and then that happens. Not ideal, but it's not good for the players either.
No, it's definitely not good for the players, to be honest. It's just one of those situations, we used to get it back in the day quite a lot, and it's not something you see so much of anymore, more so online.
And I wonder, actually, is it going to restart from the very beginning, or is it going to go from 2-1 again? How's it actually going to play out?
Well,
that's gonna be
it's
quite
actually on a different, I believe it's on a different server, right? So
yeah, we've moved server again.
Unless we can load the config that was in there previously, so we can get the rounds back, then I'm not sure quite how they're going to do it.
Oh, the decisions.
Maybe we'll see one of those old kind of style. How much money did you have? One of those rounds.
Here's a question for you, George. If you are the Mongolz and you start on T-side again, do you execute the same tactic or do you change it up? Because I play this whole thing of like, oh, they wouldn't surely do the same tactic, so let's not worry about it, and then they do it. So it could go both ways.
Back in the day, we used to just do the same thing, because 9 times out of 10, everyone thinks you're going to change it, and basically what happens is a mirror image of the same round. You just both run the same tactic, and it messes up. Maybe Boot won't go for that same boost, but no, if I was them, I'd just keep it the same. Just that fast drop-down control worked out for them, and just run it again, because I don't think, unless Boot double stack it, it's very, very difficult to stop anyway.
You'd need some nades as well, surely. Like, Glocks flying in like that, you'd have to have some superb USB play.
Yeah, so normally the players, one guy hides underneath the flank, and then one guy far back kind of takes all the shots, and obviously you could potentially have one guy window. And then the idea is that no one really looks directly down as they drop off, and they miss the CT, and you catch them in the back. And sometimes they actually run a CZ there, maybe some dual Berettas back in the day.
Do you know what, we haven't actually, when we did WCA, the Chinese one, we did actually see a lot of dual Beretta play come into it. But we haven't this time around. We've only seen a questionable P90 play at one time, and that was about it.
Well, back in 2013, they were really good. Like, to be honest, the Julies were impressive, but obviously the nerf, everything came into them, and no, you don't really see it too often. Then the P90 doesn't really make any sense anyway, because it doesn't do you any economic favors. It's, yeah, there's better options. UMP.
We were shocked when we saw it yesterday, to be fair. Yeah, back in the day, it used to be used, maybe what, 2015, 16, it was used a fair bit.
It was actually Moxie that used it as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Maybe I'll pull it out again when he starts feeling confident.
Oh, there you go. We have got the round. Oh, no,
yeah.
That's wrong. Oh, wait.
No, it's the same. Right. They've done it. This is good. So we resume exactly from where we left over. Mongolz up to... No, that's wrong.
No, it's
Boot up 2-1, but the thing's up... Yeah, there you go. That threw me off a little bit there. So it is Boot that's got the 2-1. They've not changed a bit at the top, but at least the people who've got the right money, the right weapons. I remember the money up on Benkai being exactly that.
But then the Terra side, they seem to have 4K, and they would have been they should have been full eco.
Oh.
So I don't know if they're just gonna let this one slip. The machine gun isn't gonna say anything.
How? No.
That's definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. This isn't.
You can see in in console they're saying about the money on the terror side.
Admittedly, Machine Gun is saying he only had 1900. So they're being honest here, guys. We can't throw him under a bus.
I just wouldn't have said
Everything's
anything.
respectable.
Just appear with an AK.
It says what kind of person you are, isn't it, George? I wouldn't say anything.
Hey, look, man, this is a big game.
Big game with a lot of money on.
Anything goes, apart from cheating, obviously.
Yeah, I'm glad you added that.
There you go. And that's right. Finally, 1.9 across the board. Full eco will be coming out for Mongolz. We should see technically a 3-1 unless I see anything drastic. Full Glock eco though in CSGO, very questionable if you lose that. Especially when you got no armor.
We'll have to see how this comes into play, especially with Benko with the Mag 7. If he's allowed to rack up even more kills with these guys all on Glocks.
Interestingly enough though, no head armor across the CT side, so that's the one thing that could actually mess them up. Glock's close range, burst fire, no head armor, cause a lot of problems.
We're still on the match pause as per usual. Again, delays across the board here, guys. We're sorry about that. We'll give you a chicken to look at. Look at him go. He's doing the moonwalk. That's the best moonwalk I've ever seen. Doesn't actually go anywhere. It's next level moonwalking skills from the chicken.
Chicken dinner. That's what I'm thinking about later.
Actual chicken dinner or PUBG chicken dinner?
No, PUBG.
Yeah, standard for you. Standard for you. It is 2-1 to Boots. The names at the top are incorrect. It will get changed, I'm sure, guys. Bear with us as Moxie starts off spraying out the UMP. Does go down, but Tommy's there backing him up. Swift skills coming out from him, but he is being hunted down. There's Glocks galore. The bursts come out. He's going to go for the knife, and Zilkenberg, he's putting on the pressure. He's going to claim the money as well, most importantly, but grabs himself a gun. As Benkai, I like this. More Mag 7 plays. Gets another kill. More money in the bank.
Well, the key thing is Zilk actually got the knife, so that's going to put him up at 3.4 before the actual round. And that, well, I mean, that knife has enabled them to actually have an
Straight
AWP.
away. Yeah, straight away. He was like, I've got it, I've done it, I've done my job, happy days. Now we can put the pressure on. Benkai, though, up at 7k.
And actually, without that knife, they wouldn't have been able to run an AWP going into this round. Potentially glass cannon. I don't think so.
We touched on this before, George, that Machine Gun was on the AWP yesterday. Now Zilk's back on it. Maybe he's expected to do well again with it.
You just have to see. I don't think, from what we saw yesterday, he was pretty bad with it. And Machine Gun, this is the problem. He gets into these kind of positions. Look, just boosted up, playing that sort of lurker role. I want to see him with the AWP playing that entry role. I don't think, as a caller, he should be lurking. Because his team, quite frankly, aren't.
But that's what, when he played with the AWP, at least he was able to take control of the team a little bit more. That's what helped him grind out the game.
Well, exactly, and you can see they just don't look confident when it's without them. When he's not with it, sorry.
Nice early start for Impression, though. Machine Gun comes out aggressive, goes down instantly. CSGO comes around, then the flash. It's going to get him a little bit late. He finds the kill onto Benkai, so trade out 1 for 1 so far. And again, guys, I can see you guys in chat. We have no control over the scoreboard. We apologize for that. But hopefully, they will fix it pretty soon. His Impression looks to go even more aggressive here. And all the angles, and, well, he does get the drop on NCL, despite NCL seeing him first. 4v3. Zilkenberg, AWP in hand. Hasn't done anything yet. He's only just coming towards the B-bomb site. Shoots the... How do you miss a shot like that onto Splash? Splash does go down, so the trade comes out, but the AWP's out of play. Moxie's got it up for Mongolz. And this, I don't think they're going to expect Impression here. He's put himself in a really solid spot. Up on the platform, gets one other kill. That's free for him. Looks for the last, and he made that look so easy. There's nothing even to hype up there. He picks up an AK, 4 solid kills. Easy done, 4-1 Boot.
Well, I said it before. Boot, they just look really impressive how they play dynamic Counter-Strike. They, especially CT sides, you see he gets to a minute on the clock. They then flash into platform. They've got those set smokes so they can throw them behind cover. And that just pushes Mongolz back. And Machine Gun, obviously he's up on the top. He opts the face and it doesn't work out for him. And it just all spirals from there. So this is the difference. Boot, this is why they're winning these games and qualifying for these tournaments, because they're able to adapt to these situations. And Mongolz, like I said, they look lost on their terror side when Machine Gun is playing that kind of role.
Nice early nade comes up. Good amount of damage. Cabby taken down as the spray should come out from Benkai soon. You can hear him dropping down. Nades go out as well. The splash comes in to deal the damage. Zilk, though, he's got himself in a sneaky position. Splash finds the second one. They're all hanging around there. Zilk's got so far, though. He doesn't have the bomb in his hand, though. And, well, Moxie, straight on top of him. Ends his little reign of terror. I say reign of terror. It was more like a sneaky reign of terror that didn't quite come into play. Machine gun, though. Might just find himself a free kill. Obviously, he's going to go for the knife. He's going to stab Tommy in the back. Tommy doesn't hear the knife. And the kill comes in. That's 2 knives we've seen already. Despite Mongolz not actually picking up any more rounds here. They're just on 4-1. Machine gun grabs himself, and then 4 will actually pick up a second kill as Impression goes aggressive. And here now for Machine Gun, it's just how much damage he can do to the CTs, right? What can he do to push them around a little bit, to cause some more damage to their economy? And that's going to be another big kill coming up. Could this be a clutch potential?
Well, 24 seconds on the clock. Onto the bomb site. 76 HP. No utility, though, but still.
Nice bit of damage done to Benkai as well. He's got Moxie coming from the other side. The flash goes out, but it's too far away to really damage him. But Benkai's not going to miss a shot like that. A nice attempt from Machine Gun, but getting the bomb down, doing that damage to the CTs was actually really impactful.
Well, if he had hit that frag onto Benkai, it was all to play for. 1v1. I mean, you need to be careful not to allow... Okay, they're ahead, 5-1. But we've seen them in this situation before. They get ahead, they get the noses in front, and then the other team bounces back. So they just need to be careful. They need to hold on to this lead. And the Mongolz, ultimately, the problem is that the Boot have got this really smart setup around the drop-down area. So they don't need to play, they can play this kind of retake where Moxie's in the B doors, able to zoom down towards the window, and then obviously the rest of the guys on the B platform, they're allowing the Mongolz to take the drop and push into them effectively.
Now Mongolz down 5-1 despite what the scoreboard says. We're hoping WCA will change it soon for us, guys. We're not in control of it. We are sorry about that. But we'll keep you updated through our voices, which I'm sure you'll want to listen to. As Boot do have a 5-1 lead here, CT side on Cobble. Mongolz, Machine Gun, he had an okay round on the previous one, considering he only had a P250. There's still a lot more work the Mongolz need to do, and Machine Gun has to be the man that changes it up for him. Now, I'm not sure. Does he have an idea where Splash may be, or is he just looking for him to come up the stairs? Splash pokes out, though. Machine Gun's going to be ready and waiting. He's pushed quite deep on the platform here. And actually, Mongolz have been allowed a lot of space to work around here. Impression up on top. Finds 2 frags. Won't find a third just yet as NCL takes down Splash. Nice work for Impression. This is a big game for him so far. Cabby does shut him down. But Benkai still on the site, still in a good position. Sprays out the first one. Still gets the kill as well. Low health for him. Zilkenberg finds one with the AWP. Now in a 2v1. He's got 35 seconds to go, and he's going to go for the jump. It's like he almost fought to fall back there. Maybe he's not confident if he wants to save it or not. But Moxie's not going to miss an easy shot like that. Zilk didn't have a chance. 6-1 and Boot. It has changed at the top, guys. You're going to be happy. Because Boot are winning currently 6-1 as Mongolz haven't really found the way. They've, what, had 2 bomb plants?
Needs to get on those KZ maps. Missed jump. The old famous Skadoodle jump. Saw that brought out for the first time quite a while ago now, actually. But look, this is the problem. Boot, they're in control, and when they feel like this is when they start cracking out the double AWPs. And already, Impression, yesterday he was a bit quiet, and they were struggling. Sometimes. But if he turns up today, could very well go all the way in this tournament. And 6-1's a great start, especially on Cobblestone. And the CT side. And Machine Gun, he's trying to lead the way, but the AKs, again, are just unsure what they want to do.
We saw a nice early nade come out, and once again they're pushing in to drop. But Benkai's found one, but Cabby's got in. Hopefully, the information has been put over to Boot, and it has as Impression finds up another kill. Going to be mollied out towards Chicken Coop, but he keeps himself safe. The smoke comes in. That's going to make him live to fight another day. As Zilkenberg sprays out a little bit, but can't quite control it. He goes down as well. There's still 5 alive here for Dream.
The issue is the CTs are able just to play that 1 on A, and then this 3 towards B platform, and they're kind of the dynamic plays those guys on the B side, because what they can do as soon as drop down or they feel pressured, they can take late platform control and then effectively watch platform and drop from the B platform. And then obviously Moxie's playing that anchor with the AWP, so he can sit in that simple position up top and connector, and then if they do get into drop down, he can just spin around and watch that window shot. Okay, it's difficult to hit if you're getting swarmed, but you've got enough cover to fall back through the doors. And Mongolz need something a bit more. They need some executes, maybe that B execute we saw from Chiefs across the bomb site. The smokes try and force the CTs back towards that rock area, and then at least you're going to enable yourself to plant. But at the moment, these contact rounds just going towards platform isn't really going to work out very well for you, especially impression. I mean, he's already at 13 and 2.
Putting up big scores early on here. Now, Boot, they've not really been challenged too much. What I'd like to kind of see Mongolz try, like you said, an actual execute rather than going one by one. So far, they've just focused towards drop and more towards B. What we've seen, one A round?
Exactly, and the way around it is when Moxie is playing in this B connector area, what you need to do is you need to come down through the drop down and do that Fnatic-esque split where you can just drop down. 3 guys instantly drop down, 1 smoke on the left-hand side and go through the window and try and cut that in half.
You'll cut it in half is exactly what the Mongolz need to do. They need to find an opening. They need to find an entry here. AKs across the board again, but very limited utility. Going up against Boot, who have everything to play for. Very nice smoke there. We'll go across. Moxie's going to drop his own, so there's going to be a double smoked. Moxie's not really going to be able to do too much of that ult from here, but he can fall back into the side. He's only got 25 points of health, but Tommy, again, has come all the way through. He's gone towards the middle area. Finds 1 kill, falls back, splash. Been boosted up top, finds the kill on NCL. They're going to go for it again here. They might be punished for it. Benkai gets taken down, but NCL, he's not hungry for the second kill. He's not risking it. He knows he got a kill. He's going to fall back, going to grab that bomb. 4v3, Mongolz. They just can't grab an edge. They just can't pull an advantage here. Tommy. Very tucked away here. Spot that does often get checked, but will they see it? The spray comes out. He finds one, but can't get the second. A lot of damage done. The nade goes out towards Machine Gun, but he avoids it nicely. Moxie now, 25 health on the bomb site. He's got to find 1 frag here. He's got to halt it a little bit, but he can't. Kill comes in. Zilkenberg with 2 takes down Splash. This could be good here. And Machine Gun finishes it up. Mongolz, they make it happen. They find a way. They pick up a round. And what do we say again? Machine Gun coming up big. Coming up getting a couple of kills. Zilk as well, admittedly. But they made it happen. And this is exactly what Mongolz needed.
And you know the issue? We're in that round reset. They need to pick up this round, and going into it with double ults, it's questionable because at the moment, Boot aren't really giving anything away. They dropped the ball a little bit there. It was a 4-on-2 at that point, and they should have potentially picked it up. But if Mongolz drop this, it will be that reset. You can see NCL's already broke UMP in hand, and this could be a dangerous situation.
Yeah, actually, for once, the CT side, the economy's not great, but it's the T side that have got to be more careful, and it's not often something that we talk about here. Benkai, though, this is the first time he's actually been boosted up and gone aggressive. TSO go, he needs to check it. He has to look for it. Benkai holding a very nice angle, and oh, that's huge. TSO go jumps all the way round after pre-firing the little boost spot. It's going to tell him where Benkai is, but is Benkai smart enough to fall all the way back into the dropper to ensure that he doesn't get taken out early? Moxie and Tommy coming up with a bit of a crossfire here. Tabby goes down. NCL's coming through as well, and he's looking the wrong way. Just didn't work out for him. As the hold here is very strong as Machine Gun dropped down to 16 health despite having the AWP. Zilk's found Tommy. Benkai going aggressive, and this gives them their chance. Straight away, you see Mongolz flip it up. They're going to go over towards the B bomb site now, and they've been given that chance. Benkai over aggressive here, and he's going to pay the price for it. And their Splash can come in with the first, and he does. Gets 1, looks for the second. It's Zilk. He's got to deal damage onto. The incendiary grenade comes out. It's going to go just past him, but he tags him up very nice. Finds the USP kill. There's a lot of damage onto TSO Go as well. Oh, God, this is so frantic. The sprays and shots coming out. He's forcing him to fall all the way back. Moxie can't do anything, though, as he tries to sneak back round, but there's no time at all here. He will be able to save it out.
Bit of a crazy exchange on the platform. Splash is known to hit some shots, but this is the problem. Mongolz on the reset.
Go Mongols, go.
Yeah. And that's what I said. 1.7 across the board, 1 AK in hand, the full eco, maybe not. The Tech 9s, okay, they will need potentially double eco anyway. So UMP, 3 Tech 9s, 1 AK-47. And the issue is that Boot, every single round they're making the opening, either 1 or 2 openings before there's even a reply from the Mongols. And if you just do simple math, that's never going to work out well for you.
Now TS go. He needs to get the first picks here. He's actually Impressions being pushed out. Tech 9's coming in on him. He finds 1 kill, but he is taken out. And it is TSO go with the AK, managing to do the damage. Nice work from Zilk. Splash didn't know which direction to look at here. Now Benkai left alone there. Backed up by Moxie with the orb. And that's going to give him a chance to hold the rush back a little bit. The bomb hasn't been planted as of yet. Oh no, the timing. Benkai, smoke in hand, gets dominated by Zilk. But they've got to be careful, because Zilkin Dropper can do a lot of damage. He can get all the angles covered here. And Tommy, he hears it. He knows what's going on. Moxie can't find the frag. And they're going to be dancing around. Tommy's put himself in such a good position here. But that's not going to be enough as TSO Go follows him around from up high. The boost pays off for it, and Mongolz do manage to pick up a next round on the board here.
I just don't know why Dreamscape opted to do anything different than what they've been doing. Just play that 3 towards B, control the platform early on. There's no real reason. You know they're going to be broken. You've just won 1, lost 1 after 6 rounds. So it's obvious. And then, Boot, again, look at this now. They're going to be the ones in problems. And the Mongols have a chance to get back in this game. Potentially go 8-4, 8-5. Okay, terrace side. You should be putting up fairly big numbers. Now it's gone through a few phases, this map. Heavy T sides, heavy CT sides, but I would say it's fairly balanced these days.
Yeah, it's more 60-40 than it used to be like 80-20 back in the day.
Definitely. It's taken a while for teams to figure out the meta. A bit like Inferno now. Imagine that is what Cobble was at the start.
Yeah, it's the perfect analogy there.
But Dreamscape, they'll be kicking themselves, because if they won that, it would have potentially been 2 ecos. It could have been 10-3. And instead, they could be looking at 5-8. So,
well, the first kills have come in. Only pistols here. Can Impressions hit the heads? And no, he can't, as NCL finishes him off. Another round looking to be put on the board here for Mongolz. They're being very cautious, though. They know they don't want to take any risks. They can't afford to take any risks. They need all the rounds they can get here. Tommy, easily dealt with. Machine gun. Somehow, right to the back of Benkai. Surprised he didn't go for another knife there. Moxie found himself an AK, but he's going to be pushed out by TSO Go. And it will end exactly as it was supposed to there. 4 members left alive for Mongolz. They're building that bank. They got the bomb down. Boot, though, very limited here.
yeah, maybe you should have taken that full eco. You could potentially force into this. But it wouldn't really make much sense. Go 8-5, and then just try and lock it out 10-5. Pick up the pistol, 13-5. And this is different. Mongolz look like they want to do a fast execution towards the platform. Now, they need to be careful. I like the mix-up, the call from machine gun.
Yeah, they've changed it up. This is so much better. They've got all the utility to work with. It goes over across the board. But there's a lot of CTs waiting for them. And this is what it's going to come down to. Loads of damage. Impressions. They lined up for him. He found himself 2 frags. Only Machine Gun and Zilkan left alive. 3v2, and they've got to be careful. Keep that advantage. Keep the range, and Splash punished for jumping up there. Don't get silly now. Don't get overconfident. You've just given them the 2v2 back. Machine gun on platform, looking around. Moxie fires off with a deagle. Can't find the head just yet, though. He's looking for the 1-taps. Did he spot Zilk? Actually looking around to the side of him. No, he didn't, as Zilk finds the frag. Only Benkai left alive here. CZ75 in hand. He's found 1 kill, but he's having to run all the way back. Long range with the CZ. He might be able to pull something off here. And he's taking his time. He doesn't want to waste the bullets. He knows he's only got 12. First one found, but he can't get the second. But that got closer than I guess Mongolz ever expected it to.
And a nice timeout from Boot. Obviously, 5 minutes isn't what we're going to have, I hope. Again, that could be very interesting. So far, so good. Mongolz, it all came off the back of that RAM reset eco. They were able to pick it up pretty much with just Tech 9s, hardly any armor. And Boot, like I said, they could have been 10-5 up. Instead, they're 8-5, and now they need to take... They obviously took the time out, figure out what they want to do. Do they want to go into this with double AWPs? Impression has enough. Splash also has got enough. And do they want to play just one? At this point, I think the double AWP would work well. I mean, they're so impressive when they get it actually rolling. The only reason they lost that eco is because they changed up their setup anyway. There was no real reason to do anything different. Just play further back, wait for the Mongols to execute onto you. And in fact, last round was the first time we've seen Mongols actually use smokes properly on that B-bomb site.
Yeah, and unlucky for them, though, there was a lot of pistols waiting for them, a lot of chance for them to be caught off guard. And I wonder what that'll do to them. Maybe they'll think, okay, that kind of rush, we need to get a bit more information before we push into it, maybe.
Well, they were 5-on-2, and then they still pick up the round, and it was just refacing. Splash jumping up, getting caught off guard. And then at that point, when you've got no armor, it's fairly simple for the AKs. If you're going to keep facing them, they got the distance.
What is with this timeout time? You think they would have fixed it considering we changed it?
I have no idea, to be honest. No one's even saying anything in chat. It's I know it's a big game, but you shouldn't be changing the rules.
Yeah, not last minute. Never acceptable. It's not good for the teams. It's not good for us as viewers.
I even think 5 minutes could be detrimental anyway. It gives you too much time to think about what you can do. You can probably change things 1,000 times and end up just going back to the same thing.
You lose all your bearings.
Yeah, basically. But the thing is because it's been initiated, I actually think we have to sit here legitimately for 2 minutes 49. I don't think you can I'm not aware of anything of being able to like pre-cancel the timeout.
Normally, yeah, you can do that like kind of unpause, but that's normally for a tech side of things, right? So the admin has to do it.
Well, yeah. It's I don't know. I've never seen 5 minutes of solid timeout. I mean,
if Boot don't come back after a 5-minute timeout and win, you got a question. What have you done with that time? You've had all the time to think about what you want to do. How are you going to execute? How are you going to hold the bomb site down?
So Boot, all they need to do here is just go back to what was working for them previously on the B bomb site. You can just have that three-man stack setup, one towards fountain, one towards the wall, maybe one towards drop down, and then obviously Moxie where he was before, just watching that connector. Okay, you allow the enemy team to get into drop down, but the difference is it doesn't really matter at that point, because when they do take drop down, you take platform control, and then they're kind of stuck in this area where you have to come out either the doorway or a window, and Moxie's going to be ready or the CTs will be ready anyway, so you can't really do anything from that position. And that was what was working for them before. It's when they try something a bit different and try and go aggressive too early on, it's just not happening. And I'd like to see them go back to that this round, get those double AWPs, put Splash to control the A bomb site on his own, or Moxie, sorry. And in fact, to be honest, Mongolz have hit A once and they got 4 sport there, pretty much. They haven't won another round towards that A bomb site. So, okay, maybe the clutch as well. So 2, but still. Just leave an AWP like you see Aske Fallen just controlling it on his own, and then you can just have potentially 4, 3 towards B, 1 towards the window, like you saw when Benkai had the Mag 7. That could be a good round, because Mongols don't really have these set executes with smokes. We've seen it once on B, but I'm not really sure they'll be ready for it on A. And the Mongols, they just need to go back to what works on train, if I'm honest. Just those contact plays.
Well, they've managed to pick up 5 rounds so far. 3 in a row. They've caused a bit of a problem to Boot's money. Impression there, though. Top of the scoreboard, 16 for 6. Leading the way, though, is Zilk this time round. The Mongols. Machine Gun closely following behind him with TSOGO there as well. The buys coming in. Splash gone for the AWP. Flash and smoke to come into play.
Well, what's concerning as well is the fact that Splash, sorry, Impression is started off the game so well. Yesterday we didn't really see him kicking off for Boot, and it was Moxie and Splash doing the work. So if Impression's already on point and the other two follow suit, it's going to be very, very difficult for Mongolz to get into it, because like you said, the only at least today we see Zilkenberg up there, but Machine Gun, he needs to be there, and in actual fact more like NSL or NCL as well, because yesterday he was, when the Mongolz were struggling, he was the one to stand up.
We are finally back into the game. Round 14, 8-5 is the score, and Mongolz, they've started to get back on the tear, but the buyers coming in from Boot and Moxie, very close. They knew he was there. They took the shots, but they couldn't push further into it. He flashed it back out. Nade comes in from him as well, and you've got to hold the smart angle. Flash goes out, doesn't get him for long. Machine Gun does the damage, finds the frag. Gives him a one-man advantage. Tommy's got to be careful, though. Has he been? Yeah, he has been boosted. I was just checking to see if he's been boosted in that spot. It hasn't been used just yet. And this is where he might be able to get an early advantage, but he's taking a very peaky angle there. He finds the first kill, doesn't expect a second to be with him. An advantage here, 4v2 for Boot. His Impression does find one, but he's dropped down to 19 health. Him and Benkai, the only guys left alive. And really, if they're not going to be able to close out this round, they need to desperately hold on to these weapons.
And 16 seconds though. All Benkai needs to do is actually stop the bomb, and he will find Zilkenberg. So, dangerous situation here for the Mongolz.
Oh, and I'm wondering why he pushed out.
It's one of those situations. Do you hold the angle or just try and make that headshot? If he hid, I think the terrorist would have just found him with about a second to go. So with his HP given, could have been awkward. But 8-6. Were you at 8-2? No, 8-3 up in this half. 8-2, sorry. So, again.
Comeback is good.
Yeah.
They've found their stride. They found their T side. Mongolz, though, they need to be good on CT side. They can't pull it all the way back like this. Potentially bring it back to 8-7 unless Boot can pull something off here. And well, Benkai boosted again. Is Cabby going to spot it? No, he's not. He's going to get caught off guard completely there. Gives him an early one-man advantage, but the rest of Mongolz push onto the A-bomb site. And again, both the CTs playing very deep. Oh, TSO go. I love this. He actually has the idea that, okay, A was completely clear. There's got to be a couple more CTs around here. Boot actually needs to go for this now, though. They can't wait back. They've got to push forward. First one for Zilk does get traded out straight away, though. Benkai finds the frag. 4v2. Machine Gun finds one, but he's taken down instantly. It's all up to NTL. He's on top of the bomb site, but Benkai comes out with extreme aggression, finds 4 kills. We'll get the defuse, make it 9-6, but all respect to Mongolz for bringing up them 6 rounds. At one point, they were down like 6-1, then it went 7-2, and now it ends on 9-6. Mongolz brought back round after round there, just enough to give them a fighting chance.
It was a smart call from the Mongolz. They recognized that Boot Dreamscape have been playing 2 towards that alley area / matrix, whatever you want to call it, danger. I call it a million things in my time, but still. They recognized that 2 guys were always playing that, and then they took the gamble to walk straight mid. They actually had the round pretty much wrapped up at that point. They could have easily, they made a few more trades, but gone a bit different way. They would have picked up. But Boot, that's an important key round. 9-6. So this round for Mongolz, and it's all tied.
Yeah, and this is the crazy thing, though. Look at Machine Gun's position. He spots them all going off, doesn't fire a shot. Oh, and Moxie comes from behind him, shuts him out. Tommy gets a kill as well. And that's going to be the A site clear. And already a lot of damage done onto NCL. He's only got 20 points of health. The T's have got the bomb down. There's Tech 9 in play as well. And instantly, Boot come back on the pistol round here. Strong, confident.
This is the concern, because against Chiefs, the Mongolz really struggled on their CT side. And look, you can just see them opting to save that armor. They don't even want to go for the retake. It's kind of the right choice. 3 on 5. Save the armor, keep the kits. But Boot, if they pick up this round, which they will, that's 10-6.
Yeah, I'd just push now, right?
Yeah, it could. If they don't get forced, it would be 12-6. And I know that JSM will have a game plan in place for these boys, and their T-sides are a lot more impressive than Mongolz, in my opinion. Their team plays a lot better, their executions, their defaults, the way they work the map. Just everything's in place for them.
Now, we know exactly why Mongolz did that. They wanted to save the arm. They wanted to save everything they could to try and force themselves back into this round. But Benkai, we've seen him before using the Mag 7. He's now gone for the shotgun. An unconventional shotgun at that as well. Looking to rack up some more money.
Love it. Just going full Terminator mode.
Oh, that nade from Splash. Drops machine gun down to 47. And then another one comes through to end him to 33. Not how you want to start off there. That armor's done nothing for you so far.
The thing is, like you said, 33 HP. This is the force from the Mongolz. Lose this, you're almost certainly going to use the full eco.
Oh, machine gun is just trying to dodge the nades left, right, and center. That's free thrown towards him. He's down on 30 health. The first one absolutely wrecked him. As Boot, they're not getting over aggressive here. They're not playing crazy here. They're not going to give away any options, any opportunities even to the Mongolz.
What's amazing is Benkai looks like he wants to go platform with the shotgun. And
range.
that's questionable.
Yeah, long range shotgun. You never know. It's the new meta. Machine gun's going to try and put himself in a good position here. And actually, oh, he might have been able to spray out two of them, but Splash was still able to find the frag. 4v3 and nice work from Zilk. Good. Oh, huge shots from Zilk. The CZ coming into play. This isn't looking good now. This went from all in their favor to absolutely diabolical. And now with the Galil, what can Tommy do? He hasn't got much health to play. He's getting shot from every direction. And finally, he gets taken down. How is that even possible?
Again, same mistake that the Mongolz made on their T side. Just going way too slow, getting low information towards platform. Everyone just waiting for the smokes. The Mongolz just keeping them at bay with their utility. Just perfectly well-placed smokes. And again, just too slow, no information. You need to, on these anti-ecos, you need to send one guy in, even send the sawn-off shotgun down drop zone, just get something, and the rest of you go one other way.
Again, the Mongols have forced their way to make it happen, to make it work. Saving them pistols is obviously a vital side of things to do, and now Boot, they're on the back foot, having to do the same, trying to fire back here. There's a machine gun, MP9 in hands, coming around the side. He finds one. Or only just about takes the bomber down, but it did still get planted. And now it's a 1v1. Splash to take on Zilk. Splash with the Galil. He's got a head armor as well, and that's beautiful from Splash. Despite rocking that Galil, still finds the kill. Fires straight back, and it's completely reset, completely turned around again.
Why wait until you're technically forced with one Galil to do a rush like that? Just do that on the anti-eco. It would have made life so much more easy. In actual fact, it's messed up the Mongolz. The fact that they won the force and then they got eco straight back, that's going to reset them. It's going to be 12-7 unless we see any more antics coming out. It's pretty much a full eco hit. So I say that, Moxie, 13 HP. Does find the first frag though.
Yeah, he ate a lot of damage there from the P250. But he still lives to fight another day. We've got to be careful from TSO Go comes through. The Splash is straight on top of it. They're able to trade it out. That is a Galil down there they could pick up. And Machine Gun loved that angle, but he couldn't quite make it work. Couldn't get the headshots in, and Splash will clean that up. Smooth round there for Boot as it goes 12-7. And again here for Mongolz, not the best buy.
Well, this is the situation it is. Because they won the force and then they got ecoed effectively straight back, that's going to make them do the eco they did then, and then they're only going to have enough for UMPs and FAMAS, and that can break you as a CT. You know the CT economy is slightly more expensive. Just, yeah, it's not the situation you want to be in.
The damage coming out early on there as Zilk finds one onto Splash. Traded back and forth though as Tommy does reply. Machine Gun moved himself into a nice position but can't find the frag. These Galils still doing work against the powerful M4s. Bomb will be planted. Cabby now giving away his position. Spraying out with the UMP. Nades come in as well. Oh, Benkai. I absolutely love this. Is he going to go for the knife? Is he going to go for that revenge? He knows someone's there. He's just waiting for that smoke to disappear, but he just shoots it out. Finds the second one as well. Beautiful play from Benkai. And TSO Go. He knows that's over. He knows he needs to fall back. I need to hold on to my gun and the armor. But he doesn't have anything else to save. It's just, this is really just how desperate it's getting for Mongolz.
Well, this is a situation we saw against Chiefs. The Mongolz, they're never really able to get a grasp on their CT side. And Boot, they're just playing with confidence. It's not flashy defaults. It's not flashy executions. It's quite simply just one smoke, one pop flash, and everyone's just trading out frags. And that's the difference. Their team play effectively is so much better than any team I've seen at the moment in this region. Okay, we're excluding the fact of Tai Lu. Chiefs may be on par. That's why Boot played very close with them. But even then, I think it's more Boot throwing away those games. They're so... Just the team play, they trade frags, just very impressive. And again, they're just in full control. Look at the economy. Look at the buy from Mongolz. 1 M4, 1 CZ, PT50, and ultimately a single USP as well.
Now, the only thing we have to be careful of here is Boot notoriously have struggled to close out games. They're not there yet to match point. So they're only 2 rounds away. It's a good start for Mongolz. They found the first kill, but the boost isn't going to help as Moxie deals the damage on to Cabby. And again, Boot, though, playing the slower pace. Are they going to allow themselves to get pushed around here if Mongolz start coming behind them?
And the thing is, as well, Benkai, 22 frags. And Impression, remember, he started on 13 and 2. He dropped off a little bit in the end of that CT half, but this is the thing. Everyone seems to be firing up today.
And that's exactly what you need in these situations, because this is a big event here for Boot. And did Zilk, did he see anyone there? Or did he? I don't think he did. I think he now knows it because he's hearing all the nades go over. But I'm not sure if he actually spotted someone out. He'll be able to call that into his teammates. And Impression straight on top of it. Impression and Moxie jumping into each other a little bit there. Bit of confusion, bit of team communication not going the way as Machine picks up 3 kills. How is he doing this? He managed to pick up 1 Galil, and now he's just putting on all the pain. Good dance around. He can't face both from the same time. They're dancing around the truck, but NCL finds the kill. And that slow play once again here for Boot, punished by Mongolz.
And just take the pause if you're Boot right now, Liz. Just reset your mind a little bit. You're still in control of the game. Machine Gun, the only one really firing up for the Mongolz. Zilkenberg, okay, he's got 17 frags, but I'm talking about impact rounds. Machine Gun winning that force on his own. He gets the first frag, picks up the Glil, trades out 2. And Boot, no pause will come in, and it looks like maybe just a fast towards B. They've put the smokes down, Molotov over, and Tommy, he's just going to go straight through.
Very fast play here, but it's all just, it's just crazy smokes and flashes everywhere. No one has quite the idea of what's going on. Tommy finds the first one, but he is damaged quite heavily. Drops the smokes down, but NCL's pushed all the way through. Bomb wheel finally might go down here as they try to take it on. Cabby pushes through, backing off a little bit. Is his teammate going to boost him up top, though? The incendiary grenade goes out. Impression will have to move slightly here. The spray comes out from Cabby, but Benkai's all over it. Benkai's been so impactful across all of this. The bomb's still not down. Zilken, AWP in hand, finds one. He's only got to look for Moxie now up high, and it's going to be down to who makes the first mistake, who pushes out here. Moxie's holding a very good angle there. Actually spotted out, but Zilken couldn't take him out. Couldn't finish him off. Oh, that's not going to be good. Moxie seen through the smoke. Mongolz pick up another round there. Despite such a fast, aggressive round coming out from Boots, Mongolz held it well, even with the complete confusion there.
And just think, if Machine hadn't have picked up that 3K, we would have already most probably been at 50, and it would have been, again, a very intrepid buy for the Mongolz. But fair play. 13-9. If they're able to pick up this round, that's 13-10. And then I think a pause is in favor. Maybe in Mongol's favor, or Boot even. Just someone take a pause and assess the situation.
Yeah, you need to, because it's getting high pressure, high stakes here. It's getting closer. Boot now back on the pistols. Mongolz have done their job. They've started to build up a bit of economy. They've got all the weapons in their hands. Machine Gun performing well, clutching out rounds. Boot now. Need to get a bomb plant here. Ideally, they just need every bit of economical help they can find. And are they just going to go for the straight 5-man rush dropper? NCL playing it from afar. He's got a beautiful read on this. Nade comes out. Nice bit of damage done. TSO goes there. Will get taken out. Does get one, though. And that's good enough. But there's still 2 more CTs already waiting for him. Benkai, beautiful with the deagle. Finds his head. And that's machine gun out of the equation. He's got himself an AK for it as well. But the bomb is down. And they won't be able to plant it once again. Will they be able to get hold of it? No, because NCL's all over it. Benkai takes down Zilk, puts it into a 2v2. Moxie's found himself an M4. They've both got flashes to work with, though. And this is where it's good. Benkai, another kill up on the board. Cabby's gone down. NCL flashed out a little bit here. Oh, they're both going to go at the same time. This is where it's dangerous. Benkai, he's got 4 frags so far. Only got 16 health, though. And they know exactly where NCL is. He's got to go for it. 9 seconds left, and he's running. That's so smart from NCL. Don't give him any opportunity to take you down. Benkai again and again here. Managing to get kills, managing to be impactful, managing to literally drag his team through on such a great performance, but it's not enough there to close out the round.
Well, they did enough damage that 4 guys will have to rebuy, and look, you can already see machine gun $0. CSGO 150. So that's good, because if they pick up this round, again, Mongolz could be in that economic trouble. But ultimately, I thought they had that round. It's just that impression decided to go on his own and just get caught off guard.
Machine gun. Once again, you can hear what's going on. The smokes are down. The bomb might actually get planted this time as impression. Finds the first kill. Splash gets one, and this is how it works. When the CTs can't fire back at you, you can come and dominate that bomb site convincingly. Tommy has gone down, but Benkai once again straight on top of it. Benkai picks up a second kill, and Splash will finish off the last 14-10. Benkai must be on 30 frags now.
He is, yep.
30 for 14. This man single-handedly bringing the pain to Mongolz as they can't hold the B bomb site rush.
And I said it's the same thing against Chiefs. They couldn't hold the B then. The resets come in for the Mongolz. They're looking in trouble. And when you play that, when a terrorist team plays that round on you, the smokes across the bomb site and the line, you can't afford to lose 2 frags before you're able to even re-engage. You're dying through the smokes. You need to fall back, all sit behind that line of smokes and then retake as a unit together, because effectively they can't have drop down and you've already got rock control, so that everything that's challenging you is in front of you.
And more damage coming off there from TSO Go, but he can't make it happen anymore as Machine Gun finds one with a CZ75. He's dropped down to 19 health. He didn't manage to pick up the weapon, but he's done the damage. And now Moxie, Splash, and Impression have to be careful.
Just so nervous on these 4 spies.
Rightly so, how it's gone for him.
Well, on 3 though. Not all is lost. Splash trying to do a bit of juggling. Take that AK-47 away so Machine Gun can't take it.
And that's the smart play. That's the good decision. I'm a bit scared here for Boot though with the time that's left. They look to be heading towards the B-bomb site, but there's 3 CTs waiting there, and Machine Gun's now coming from behind to be a nuisance. As the flash goes out, and that's nice from NCL. He finds 1, finds 2! NCL, he halts that rush completely with the UMP. Machine Gun comes from behind, closes it out, 14-11, and once again, we look here for Boot, and their money isn't amazing.
Fine Boot, I definitely buy into this though. Even fully, just take those AKs because, okay, if you lose, could be problems. But if you win, that's pretty much guaranteed the win because Mongolz again would be broken. You already know they're not going to have much utility to work with on this half, but they say, sod it. They go straight through the middle, TAC-9s in hand.
They're rushing out all together and they will find 1. They've still got 4 more to do. They're pushing in. Zilkin's in a nice spot. Nicely sprays out 1. Looks for the second as well. Cabby's there backing him up, tapping away with that AK, but he does get taken out by Benkai. Boot really need a bomb plant here. Benkai finds a second. And then CL comes from behind. Trade for trade, back and forth. Advantage currently in favor of Mongolz. Deagle in hand though for Moxie. And after he fluffs the first shot, it goes 14-12 here. But a bit more money up for Boot this time round.
And you can see every time they on these ecos, they just do so much damage to the Mongolz that they're having to rebuy pretty much 3 or 4 weapons every time. And that's going to limit their utility. Okay, for now it's all good. 4 M4s, 1 AK-47 and machine gun. I like that choice. The AK obviously being very powerful, especially on that CT side if you're able to trade one out.
Great start there for Tommy. Zilk gets sprayed down. Low health. The nade comes in, finishes him off. And that's how you want to open it up a bit. That's how you make things happen. Now Boot, take it a little bit slower. 2 in A, 2 in B for the Mongolz. They don't have too much information to work with exactly on where Boot will be going just yet. Cabby comes out, great timing from his sprays out 2 of them. How is that even possible? Where was Splash? Because he wasn't as blind as Benkai. And that's a big kill to get. Advantage now in favor of Mongolz. They're pushing out into it. Impressions finds one, but he is tagged down quite a lot. Good use of the Molotov grenade. Flash goes over as well, and that's going to allow Moxie to sneak up, find the kill onto Cabby. 3 versus 2. The bomb still not down. Moxie having to bring it all the way from the back.
Again, that lovely little pop flash. Moxie, he could have been caught off guard there by the guy. The 1 man down in middle, but again, the team play from Boot, but 2 on 3. The Mongolz need to pick up this round.
Well, machine gun's still alive, and it's not over for Mongolz until that man's down, that's for sure, as NCL finds Tommy. The bomb is out in the open. It's a little bit of an obvious position to where Boot are going to come from, though, because of it. They come out at the same time. Where's the communication, George?
It's a massive error. I just praised them on their team play, and then it's almost they're trying to help each other too much. One guy should have baited, figured out if anyone's even on the bomb. At that point, they'd only just tapped it, and you can see that Moxie should have been playing the person to win the clutch effectively, maybe wrap round all the way towards middle, and then obviously Tommy should have just been left alone to figure out what was going on. And now this is Tech 9s, and we're potentially going to see 14 all, and the Mongolz getting themselves back into this game, and this should have been Boot's map easily.
Yeah, Boot letting it slip away. 14-13 now. Mongolz have a shot at the first map here as Cabby starts pre-firing. Does find one, looks for the second. Tommy's there. He's having to fall back though, drop down to 3 health, but he's managed to get away. NCL blinded up top, but he's still finding 2 frags there. This is huge for him. As Moxie and Benkai do go down. 5 alive for Mongolz. 14-14. It's all even Stevens. And Mongolz have a shot at claiming this now. As they continue to do more damage, they're building up a slight bit of economy there, and they could easily buy into the next round, even if they lost it. Match point, who's going to grab it first?
No one's pausing. I don't know why they haven't opted for this. Even if you're Mongolz, it could be beneficial for you. Just take that pause, just figure out what's happening, and by the looks of it, Boot, they just want to go back to this B play. It's worked for them twice, but is it going to work a third time?
Well, Tommy starts off well. Machine gun goes down. He's continuing to aggress into the bomb site. Going to put himself in that usual spot. Will he drop the smoke or will he spray through? NCL looking for any gap he can find. He finds the bomber though, and that's the kill you want. The TSO does go down as well. Moxie stuck behind the fire, can't back his teammates up yet, but he comes in to stab one in the back. Looks for the second. Zilkin, the only man left alive. He knows where Benkai is, but he's got to be careful. Flashes go over, he's completely blind. He shoots out the incendiary grenade, but the spray is just terrible. Luckily, Benkai there to back him up. And that was back and forth. Every time we get in this B bomb site, it's just mass confusion. It's crazy aims. It's last minute plays and these clutch rounds indeed.
I bet we see a fake of that, or maybe even the same round again, because Mongolz have got no answer for it. They don't know how to stop it. And look, you can already see the smokes coming out again. Will they actually fake this? Will they go down drop? You see already 2 guys outside of A, so that indicates to me like it would be a fake. It's a smart choice if it is.
Match point here for Boot. Mongolz have been able to buy into it, so it's not a terrible round for them, but they are lacking severely utility. TSO go though, starts off well. takes down Tommy. And he's been the problem here in actually entering the bomb sites for Mongolz. So that's a good pick to take down early on. Zilken already on the A bomb site. Could we be going to our first overtime here since we've got to the semi-finals? Could this actually be happening? Zilk, he's trying to find an opening. He knows he's stuck out there. TSO Go backing him up nicely. And Splash finds one, looks for the second. He's got the UMP in his hand, gets the headshot onto Machine Gun, but he's all alone. 11 health, and he's got to find 3 frags. They're all going to be all over him. Zilk sees him. That pole is shootable. You can go through it. 15-15 overtime. It comes into play. And Mongolz still make it through. They still live to fight another day. And this has been an incredibly back and forth match.
The good news is often when it goes to overtime, this is where obviously the economy completely resets. 16k buying isn't going to be an issue. MR5 actually, interesting. Everything is normally, well, even in the major MR3 these days.
Yeah. Just keep throwing us curveballs. We'll deal with it.
I actually think this favors Boot, if I'm honest with you.
Well, Boot again rushing back into this B bomb site. NCL spraying out 2, but he does burn alive to Tommy's molly. Moxie onto Cabby, but there's still one more in dropper. Is he going to be aware of it? Splash drops out the Molotov towards TSO Go. He has to stand and he's still. What? Why? Like, you could have gone the other side. Why go into the fire? As Benkai takes down Machine Gun, only Zilk left alive. He's got an AWP. They don't have to be careful crossing this gap. It's all going to be coming down to if he takes the shot. If he makes the shot, he gets the first one, but doesn't grab the bomber. Moxie's going to get the plant in. Smoke goes out. Molly follows it, and oh, Zilk ready and waiting. Beautifully played by him. And Moxie couldn't clutch it out. Couldn't save the day. And Mongolz continued to make things happen in these clutch situations. More clutches have gone Mongolz' way than anything else.
I'd just like to see Boot just take a pause. They haven't been able to close out the game. They were 13-8 up at one point, and it's just, you had complete control of everything. The economy, you were making all the entry frags, and now you've made it go to overtime. And that's the problem. The economy resets. Zilk's going to be rocking the AWP, and you're still just trying to overplay this B execute.
Yeah, he keeps hitting it as Tommy starts off well. The entry fragger comes in strong. But is it going to be strong enough to do any more damage here? The rest of the bomb site's actually completely clean. Flashes and smokes going out. CT's yet to push their way back in. It's taken a while to get this bomb down. I'm not sure what it is with Boot and planting the bomb. As damage comes across the board, they spray it all out. The retake is not working for Mongolz. Only Zilk left alive, and surely he's going to save that orb. Finds one frag, obviously wants to go for it. Believes in his clutch ability. As he runs all the way round, goes for the second kill. And I might have spoke too soon as Zilk tries to make the impossible happen. He's checking every single corner here as well. He's not leaving anything to chance. He will run away and save it after doing a bit of damage.
Well, the nice little adjustment there from Boot. They did the same B execute, except this time Tommy, instead of going out platform, he decided to go drop down and caught one of the Mongolz players off guard, and that basically was all she wrote after that, because once you cut off that line of defense, all of the terrorist side, they're in front of the smokes and able to get that bomb plant down. I was going to say early bomb plant, but Dreamscape, they never seem to make it easy.
Yeah, they're like in that site for how long without nothing happening? They're just spraying away through smokes. Oh yeah, let's go plant the bomb, guys. This will be a good decision.
I guess in their mind, they're just worried about enemy teams rushing through, but Zilk, that's going to be a problem. He's the sole person controlling A, and the execution through middle, the fast contact play, that's going to allow the terrorist team to come all the way onto the bomb site, and the retake here is going to be very difficult for the Mongolz.
My question is, what was Zilk doing there? That's baffling, as Boot now looks so dominant again. They found their stride, they're pushing out, and this is huge. Splash comes in, finds himself a kill, but can't make the second, as it gives all the information to his teammates. 17-6 now. And they found a way. And the money, yeah, it's acceptable for Mongolz. They can do it. But they're going to struggle to keep fielding AWPs.
An impression, he's fallen off a little bit. 26 frags. But remember, he started off at 13-2, and we're only a few rounds in at that point. Benkai, though, got to say, I'm impressed with him. 35. And he's been leading the charge, really. But Tommy in this overtime is the one who's been opening up the rounds.
Oh, machine gun sat in the fire, dropped down to 50 health. Even more now, it's all depleting. They're burning alive. And just run away, just go to the right, make the right decision. This is crazy. These kind of rounds, they just baffle me. The pressure's on, and it might be getting too much here for Mongolz as the fakes come in. Splashy's completely on the bomb site. All on his own. Can do whatever he wants. He's called into his teammates, come over to B. NCL's not going to expect this, and well, actually, he might now. He heard the knife come out, but he does still lose his life.
That's probably one of the best double fakes I've seen in the game yet. They fake their B play. Tommy. Oh, sorry, no. Splash goes out. He makes the first frag. Then they were going to execute A, and then they realized the rotation came in because Splash was already on the B bomb site and ran all the way back. So smart in-game leading from Boot Dreamscape, and we don't actually have DSM on the server, so I imagine he must be on their TeamSpeak at least, or at least watching the game, because he has been, every game we've cast, to be fair, he's been in the server with them.
He only missed off, like, what, one map yesterday? The rest of the time he's been there. There's actually a pause is coming in, and this is the right decision here as Mongolz. The last few rounds have just been dominated over and over again here. Cabby will run away and save Zilk's orb. And that could actually be the deciding factor if Zilk is on point. But the rest of their money is dwindling massively here.
One of the standout things for me is, Cabby, 13 frags when the rest of your team are on at least 20, 29, 28, 24, 20 on TS Go. So he's not really having the best games. I just think this was more a tale of the terrace half of Boot. They were in complete control. They lose that force buy, it gets to overtime, and now you're starting to see Boot just come out. All of their tactics are coming into play, right? You see the fakes, you see the entries coming in from Tommy. Benkai, 35 kills, and if they pick up this round, that would be 19-16. It would be on the brink of victory again. It would be 16k going into the second half, but from what we saw on the first half from Mongolz on their terrace side, it wasn't that impressive, was it?
No, not at all here, and Boot have managed to come back. They've managed to do well, but I just feel like Mongolz here, they always seem to find a way. That's the only way you could explain these halves we've seen.
It's just machine gun leading the way. I mean, that 3k with the Galil that you picked up.
Yeah, that changed the whole rounds for them, didn't it?
Yeah, it's just he's the man. He's the talisman of the team, right? If he's doing well, leading the way, then everyone else will follow suit. Again, opening frag with machine gun, and that's what you need. You need your talisman to stand out.
He started off strong. He dealt away the entry fragger, Tommy, who's been pretty much able to run around the whole map here, and Zilk up on platform, finds one, finds two. Looks to make it free, but Benkai says, no, have it back. I'm going to give you a bit of pressure. I'm going to make you stressed out a little bit here, as you're not going to pick up any more frags. Molly goes out, but machine gun coming from behind causes a lot of damage. Looks to get the final kill. And 18-17, it comes up even. The pause works perfectly there for Mongolz.
Well, what I like to think about is some people talk about this overtime stuff. Some people prefer 10k, they think it's more balanced. I'm much on the lines, I believe it was Thorin that tweeted out, he said that when it gets to overtime, it shouldn't be about economy, it should be about strategies and how the teams are playing. So at that point, I'm kind of in agreement. You should be 16k, maybe MR3 though, but then you're going to get full buy rounds. The economy doesn't come into it at that point. It's the battle of the in-game leaders, the entry fraggers, and I think that's the way it should be.
Now Boot now up on the CT side. If they can start off how they did on the CT side when they first played it, when this game first started, in MR5, it could work. It could actually go their favour. They started off on a 6-1.
Well, imagine if Boot lose this map after being ahead so far. That could be problems for them in Inferno.
Splash does get taken down. First frag goes to Zilk. He ate a bit of damage, but there's nothing to worry about just yet. Interestingly enough, we haven't seen Splash on the AWP at all here. It's been Moxie instead. And I'm wondering why. Because Splash has been very consistent with it.
It could just be something to do with the positions they play, but Zilkenberg, second frag of the half. And Boot, they just need to not walk into it. That's twice now it's been challenged. And Benkai picking up not really an AWP here from what we've seen. This is the problem for Boot. They need to not just give anything away too early. Otherwise, they would end up losing this game.
This is a good position for Impression if it doesn't get checked. And oh, this is huge. Finds two, nearly gets the third as well. And that's exactly what they wanted. But is it going to be enough as the bomb will go down on the B bomb site? Impression completely unchecked. They won't fall for that twice now, but Machine Gun. AWP kill onto Tommy, he's back on it. Only Moxie left alive. M4 flashing. The defuse killers. Well, an easy frag there for Cabby. Comes in behind him. Sneaks all the way around. And now we see 18-18. We're back all even here as Mongolz start off strong here on their T side.
And my maths is never any good when we get to overtime. Should be the first 21. So, say, my maths questionable, guys. Always been questionable.
That maths. That maths.
That maths.
Impression. Early sprays. He's completely flashed out there, hoping for a few kills. Can't make it work. Mongolz here. They're not going over aggressive. They're not pushing out just yet. Moxie and Splash now on the AWPs.
I think the beauty of it is, right, it's MR16. MR16? Questionable. 16K. The double AWPs. It's going to be perfect for Boot. Zilt, he seems to be stepping up. That's 3 frags he's found in 2 rounds. And the most important factor is they're both opening.
Oh, and Splash finally has an AWP in his hands, but he's no match for Machine Gun in that challenge. Moxie misses one and doesn't decide to pull out his pistol. Allows Zilk to take the advantage there. 5v2 and Impression. He hasn't given up yet. He's still holding hope. But he can't quite control the spray. Finds one, goes straight back down. Benkai all left alone. Now this man, he's got clutch ability written all over him. But can he do it when it counts? Can he do it in a round they just so desperately need? So many angles to check, so many positions that they could be in. Oh, he spotted out Zilk. Nice headshot comes in, finds one. With Cabby. Knows exactly where he is, finds the kill, and got to start to worry here for Boot. As it's 19-18, and they've not looked capable of holding this. Mongol's just been so dominant.
Well, the problem is they're not really using a utility smartly. This is going to be the last-ditch attempt. Double AWP again, but can we make it work? I feel like Splash is overplaying his hand, trying to find the entries. And Machine Gun and Zilkenberg. Zilk's been a man of the OT. He's found 3 frags, 2 rounds. Mongolz only need 2 to win out.
The fast push comes in to be a Machine Gun. Finds one, finds 2, and NCL gets it in as well as he goes to plant the bomb. And this is looking terrible here. Boot, they have to save. They've got no other option, and they need to hold on to their weapons. They basically had their own direct B rush that they relied on so heavily for their T side, used against them, and they had no answer.
I don't know what's happened when they've gone onto the CT side. They don't look like they're playing confidently. I was going to say that should be an easy frag for Cabby. But he made a meal of it. But ultimately, that AWP will go down. And M4 in hand, Tommy. Economy not too great for Boot. And they will need to win the next 2 to force double OT.
Well, this is smart. But he still can't get it. Tommy. Nothing saved for Boot. Look at the money.
And what's the bet when we go double OT, James? UMP's in hand. It should be game over. On a map like Cobblestone, Zilk 36 frags. NCL, I said he needed to step up. He's actually now on 30.
For 18. Mongols need this round to take map 1. It's gone all the way to overtime. One of these teams today will be guaranteed a spot at the WCA Grand Finals, but Benkai, he's not wanting it to be Mongolz as he picks on one with a Mag 7. That's only 1 out of 5 that needed to find. 4 more remain.
Well, that's the opener. And again, it comes down to these force buys. Every team seems to struggle. Look, Mongolz, 1 minute 8 on the clock. They've lost the first kill, but they just don't look as confident. Last round, we saw them storming into B, set smoke, set flashes. Zilkenberg was finding frags the previous 2 rounds, and now they just seem to be stuck in the mud. Not really sure where they want to go. 55 seconds on the clock. Maybe we'll see the execute come towards drop down.
Got some smokes and flashes going out. Can be looking towards dropper. The rest of Mongols getting ready to assault this B bomb site. There's 3 CTs here waiting for him. Impression. A good spot. But can he make it happen? You can hear the smokes and flashes going in. Zilk gonna go and look for that early frag. A splash, wait for someone to come through dropper. And they're playing it defensive, and that's the way you start. Benkai finds one Impression as well. 2 for Impression. Only Cabby left alive, and he swiftly goes down as we see it go 20 for 19. And the last attempt from Boot comes into play. Mongolz still on match point. Are we going to be forced into an double OT here? Or will Mongolz be able to clinch this out? 21 for 19. Boot, they come off the back of a very good round.
The problem came, NCL, he had a Molotov. He didn't use it towards that chicken coop. He used it to clear out close left wall. And they could have just face-checked that pretty much with the AK. As soon as that Molotov would have gone down chicken coop, it would have forced Impression out. And it would have stopped that crossfire from happening. And I said it before, 4 spies. Both teams seem to struggle with it. And 20 to 19 in favor of Mongolz. 1 round for Boot, and it's double OT. That's another 10 rounds.
Craziest overtimes ever. I truly believe that Boot can make this happen. It's all going to come down to whether Zilkenberg and Machine Gun with a double AWP setup can get these early picks. Boot can't afford to be out in the open as no way. How is this even possible?
Does that mean Mongolz have won? 21 to 19? Usually, back in the day, used to be a bit of lag, or is someone just DDoS the server? Who knows?
No. My God. How is this even possible? Why, when it gets to this moment, do we, how, no, why, where, what? My God.
I've got a few analogies for that, but none we can use on stream.
What a cluster of absolute rubbish. We get down to the last round. We have no idea. There must be information somewhere. Lord help me.
Indeed.
Even the HLTV bot's not doing anything.
Oh dear. Well, anyway, what can we analyze about that? Boot, Dreamscape. I'm sad.
The dream's over.
The dream is over.
The overtimes. It doesn't happen. What on earth? Guys, we're going to go to a quick break. We'll come back as soon as possible when we have some more information.